I guess let's boot up the game.
First things first.
Yeah.
Oh, you bamboozled me there.
No worries. What is your first thought about this game?
Are you gonna give me a countdown, by the way?
Yeah, I will give you a countdown. Okay, I'm going to show you how to multi-track trains. There's nothing much to say right now, you just see flying trains and stuff. So the countdown starts when I enter the first stage and the person on the countdown says go. So we're gonna start with the first game, or first stage rather. Okay, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, welcome to Densha the Lightning Stage. This is the first game of 4 games of this series. This is a parody of Initial D, where you basically just train or multi-track drifting with trains. I mean, this game is so popular in Japan, and for some reason we figured it out we should speedrun this. We're currently playing the 100% category, which is completely different from the 80% category, because we actually have to hit certain triggers in the game to unlock every train, because the requirements to beat this game is to unlock every train and to beat every stage. And since we found ways to not unlock trains and skip certain things, yeah, there's nothing much to say about this. Then on the top you see 8 cards, which is my train, and there are certain stages of the cars. Blue is meaning I'm multi-track drifting with one part of the train. Green means the car is stable. The card is stable, and orange is it's kinda derailing, and red is it's derailing. So the first major trick is coming up here, so I'm letting off my accelerator and just keep rolling. And while bumping into him, I get a speed boost from the station, so I'm flying with my train, so I'm not derailing into that station. You need to know that if I'm holding acceleration down in this game, I'm locked to a certain speed. The speed is 160 kilometers per hour in this game, and while not using the accelerator, I can extend that speed to over 160, and we have certain stages where we can exploit this trick and go so ridiculously fast that the game is not programmed like that, so we see some funky stuff going up. So on the next station, after these green bridges, we have a huge tilt on the train, but don't be scared, you can just go full speed through this, you will not derail. So yeah, this game is roughly 30 minutes long, very hard to master, even if it looks pretty easy to play. But there's some tricks that are so ridiculously difficult that even one little mistake in this game already ruins the chance of a world record, so it's already very optimized, even though the game is very young in terms of speedrunning. In this station we need to let off the accelerator again, so we're not derailing here. We're still looking for a chance to overtake Kaisuke at this point, so yeah, it's not really possible yet, but maybe we find a way later, sooner or later. I don't know if the FFZ featured emotes are already enabled, but I have an emote called Multitrack, and it's probably one of the most famous, iconic things about this game. And I just bump into Kaisuke right now, so I'm not derailing and also overtake him, which is normally not possible here. And while multitrack drifting in front of him and switching to his lane, I can abuse this to go way faster than 160 kilometers per hour, as you can see right now. But it is different here in a 100% category, as you may be seen in any percent, that we need to go slower at a certain part because we need to unlock his train to hit the trigger. And this trigger is only possible if he's very close to me, so we can't abuse this trick to go extremely fast and just go straight to the goal. So we need to wait for him after this station here. So I'm switching back to my lane and then go slower so that I know that he's actually coming up and it's close to me. So I'm just waiting for him. And prepare your multi-track emotes, because the most famous, iconic meme is coming up very shortly. So I just waited that he's catching up, and now I can go full speed again. And he's like, oh my god, Nani, what is going to happen? Oh, he's so fast, how can he keep up? But he never expects that we can go so fast around this turn. And he's like, what? This is not even possible, how's he doing it? So I'm just multi-track drifting right in front of him. And then it's going to happen. And with this, we defeated Kaisuke, the first stage of this game. We also needed to do this multi-track drift meme post cutscene, because otherwise the bonus stage that we're going to play in the 100% category wouldn't pop up. Make sure to have it. This is the bonus stage, I have it, and I'm just going straight to the next stage, which is Nakazato. At the beginning of the stage, there's a cutscene playing where Kaisuke and Ryosuke are chasing us, and we're abusing this cutscene to gain a lot of speed early on in the stage, which is normally not possible. So I'm braking here, trigger the cutscene, and he's bumping me. While he is in the cutscene, he has a collision and can bump me. Normally, if you just go normally there, he would disappear. And I'm abusing him to jump into Nakazato again to get early lead on. Normally, this game is scripted that you are not allowed to be in front of Nakazato, but because of this cutscene and the collision, we can gain a lot of speed to be in front of Nakazato and just multi-track drift in front of him. And this is a side effect that multiple cutscenes will play at the same time, and at a later point, no cutscene will be playing because we're just going too fast and he's too far behind. As you can see, Nakazato's like just sitting there for no reason with no text box. And that's one of these tricks. If I would accelerate right now, I would go back to 160 kilometers per hour, and we don't want that. So now I'm like switching the lanes, so I'm not derailing. Brake here, because I could otherwise derail, and I also need to wait for him anyways. Because if I'm too far ahead of him, I couldn't trigger a certain cutscene to beat the stage early. And then I'm multi-track drifting again. And we're always driving on Mount Akina, in quote-unquote, for the first few races. So after the green bridges with these critical turns coming up, I'm going slower and just wait for him that he's catching up, otherwise I have a huge problem. I'm just going full speed through this. And right after I see this gray pillar, I slow down to at 130 kilometers per hour. And yeah, we all know going slow in a speedrun is always something different. But otherwise, we couldn't hit that special trigger. What else can I say about this game? This is the first game of the series Densha, which is based on the manga. And the creator of this game is Yunushi, that we are working with at the moment very closely. And we were working on an English translation for this game. And all sorts of stuff. We recently also published a fan website for this game. It's called it is on densha.org. When you are interested in this franchise and you want to get a hand on this game, because getting a hand on this game is really difficult because it's outside of Japan. It's really hard to get on. I'm just waiting that Nakazato is catching up right now. There we go. Now I can accelerate again. With this, I can hit a cutscene, which is right here. which is necessary to beat the stage. He's like, Nani, how can you catch up? Even though I was in front of him. So in this cutscene, if my fourth card is like multi-track drifting, I can just bump into him. And with this speed, I can maintain this and trigger the early win against him. And he will explode, just wait for him. Like, Nani, what's going on? Also, I just get up and open the door because someone's ringing. He's like, Nani, oh my god, and his train is exploding. Poor little Naxado. Okay, let's come on to the most broken stage in the whole game. We are racing against Shingo, and the special thing about Shingo is that we are in a theoretically gun-tape deathmatch. That means steering in this stage is really difficult. But we're abusing this with a super easy trick. I'll be going to multi-track drift on his lane and let him bump me. And the funny thing about this game is, if you're multi-track drifting and an opponent is bumping you beforehand, you have nearly 100% stability, so you won't derail no matter what happens. If you go way too fast, you will derail, but not on this stage, luckily. But when you have a casual playthrough of this, you would normally go through every little turn in this stage with around 140 kilometers per hour, because otherwise you would derail. As you can see, my cards are easily derailing all the time when I go through turns. And the good thing about this, each time my cards are derailing, I get a slight speed boost. This stage is normally around 5 to 6 minutes long, but with all these speed tags that we have in here, the stage is one of the shortest, and it's just 3 minutes something long. And now we see flying trains again. Woohoo! So here's the side effect of the we're going too fast again. Multiple cutscenes will play at the same time. And after this little section, there's a 90 degrees turn coming up, which I could get perfectly. Yeah, I can. While multi-track drifting from the left side to my side again, I can maintain all my speed and exploit that turn, with otherwise would wreck my car or my train. It's a train wreck then. So I can maintain all my speed. And have you ever seen a train going so fast around turns? I don't think so. I mean, there's no turn right now, so I couldn't show it off, but there's a cool scene to show it off. The track split is coming up here, so I'm going back to my lane. And there we go. Go back to my side and multi-track drift to this side. And I'm now waiting for a tunnel that is coming up, where I gain a lot of speed. And here's the thing, every little cutscene that could play slows me down, and slowing down in the speedrun is not good. So we can exploit this by our trains letting to be flying again, as you've seen previously. And with this we skip a cutscene, which would normally slow us down. So we just go down the tunnel, let our cars bump, and with this we trigger the cutscene we would normally play, and go with ridiculous speed around very sharp turns. I mean, have you ever seen a train going 260 kilometers per hour through these turns in real life? I don't think so, but it's pretty normal in Japan, so that's why they're always on point. And on time. And this is the last section of this stage, which is just a little downhill section. Can get a little speed boost here again. And there we go. And then he's like, Nani! Winter stepping in. Some cutscenes. Oh, I skipped accidentally cutscene I wanted to show. But that's okay. What he's trying to do is, he's trying to hit us with his train, misses, and just flies to oblivion. In any percent category, we would now do Ryosuke, the last stage, which we have to clear to maintain the main stage. But we're not going to do that. We're going to drive against the Mask Driver, which is obviously not Bunter, by the way, and use a special train. This train can't multi-track drift. It can lean to a certain direction. So I need the power of chat. I need the power of everyone available to lean to a certain side, that my train is heavy enough to that side to not derail in a turn. So you need to go left or right. That's the help I need from chat. The first turn that is coming up is the left turn. So prepare your left turns. Everyone go to the left turn, okay? And it's coming up. Lean left. Let's go. Look at that work. All of these guys in chat are helping. Thank you. And we can go back to normal mode, okay? The Mask Driver is like, wow, the power of the ESA Marathon chat is crazy. How can I beat this guy? This is some super fast Japanese exclusive, I think it's called Bullet Train or whatever. They're ridiculously fast. Oh, we're going left a little. And then we go right, lean right, chat. There we go, thanks. And oh, left. And neutral again, perfect. This stage is basically an auto-scroller. You win it automatically if you're not going to derail. But there is one trick we could do to save 10 seconds. And I accidentally found that because I was like being brain AFK once during a run and forgot to lean at a certain turn, and this skips a cutscene. Was like, okay, cool. But I'm obviously going to show it off because it's a hilarious one. Now we go right and then lean left. There we go, and we can go normal again. Natsuki, kawaii! I'm sadly can't reach chat. Pants. Okay, now the famous station coming in. It's like, oh my god, you're going way too fast into this turn. No problem. With the help of everyone, lean to left, guys. We can do this. There we go. This is all of you guys helping me in this turn. Yeah! Thank you very much for the help. And now we're leaning still to the left. You don't have to do this because we're leaning too long to the left. Go back with everyone. An old man can't get early in enough, gets hit by the bridge. And we never know what happens to the old man that couldn't go too fast off the bridge. Gets hit by it, right? And this is the Mask Driver we are trying to fight against. And with this, we defeated the Mask Driver. And yeah, the cutscenes of this game is like, I don't know, I can't explain. It's just the biggest meme ever. I would love to show that off, but showing all the cutscenes here is like 20 or 30 minutes long, and we don't have that time. Now we're going to the stage that's called Takumi-san. Since Densha DD is based on Initial D and is like having a lot of the same lore than Initial D, they also have their own sub-story, and they put it all into this stage. And in this stage, we are using the AE86, which is modified to kinda drift on railroads. On the railway. I don't know why. There's nothing much to like explain here. It's a lot of fan service in here, so I would really love to explain to you guys what's going to happen here, but since no one actually translated this so far, I just can't explain you what's going to happen. There's one little trick. Since this is an auto-scroller and you basically just accelerate till you win because you can't do anything else, you automatically win if you just hold A. There's actually one little trick that you can do that is very precise, where you could go in front of him, get a small speed boost, which saves roughly 9 seconds. But it's ridiculously precise and it is necessary to actually use. This is fan service. It's not my fault. And the trick is necessary to get for world record runs. But yeah, if you're interested in the game, hit up Densha.org. You can get the link. It is now available for international people since Yanushi, the creator of the game, worked with us and helped us to provide it on a page where international people can buy it with PayPal and stuff. You can easily get every game till Rising Stage, since there's Lightning Stage is the first one, Burning Stage is the second one, Climax Stage is the third game, Rising Stage the fourth, and the fifth, which is currently in development, where also is the demo out, which you could theoretically play. It's called Shining Stage, but there's currently no release date when this game will be released. Hige, do you have here any questions? Do you have any questions? Or is she just AFK? I could pull up chat, and then you can ask me questions. I have chat open, guys. Do you have any questions now? And the Eurobeat in this game is great. We could theoretically even modify them, but we haven't do this. Multi-track lean left. Why are you in a car? I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, it's pretty normal to like multi-track drift or on a railroad with a car, right? Pretty standard. Here's the trick coming up where it could theoretically now save 9 seconds. I'm obviously going to try it out. So I just bump him here, and then bump him here, and then bump him here. And with a little bit of luck, I can bump his first thing. There we go. Can I get in front of him? Oh yeah, I got it! Woo! It saves 9 seconds. It's really hard to do, and I did it. Now I theoretically, I don't have to do anything. I could like go to the toilet right now, do whatever I want. It's the first time I got this in a marathon. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy. You want to see it in first person? This is how it looks like if your car is multi-track drifting on a railway, yeah? Let's go. Sadly, this isn't a world record run. The world record is very hard to get. This is roughly 5 seconds of best you could do. The world record in this, we are using in-game timer, since we have an auto-splitter for this game. The world record is 28 minutes and 28 seconds. By me. The any percent category is in-game time-wise. Is it already sub 17 minutes? I think it's like, 16 minutes 56. And the world record is by Smartkin. There we go. We got this. Okay, the next step or next stage is coming up is the second of last step, and this is the only stage where we can choose a train, and the fastest one we're going to pick is Nakazato's train. And now we are driving against Bunter. I mean, Bunter is the sickest opponent you can have. He's the best driver in Akina in the world, probably, I don't know. And we can abuse rubber banding in this one. And I'm going to show you how it actually works. So, we multi-track drift in front of him, go with our full train there. And now I need to check that my Large card is in front of him. Break. He will bump me. And he will bump me over and over and over again, which makes me faster. Just like this. I don't have to do anything. He's just bumping me. In sharp turns, I need to hold brake. Otherwise, I would derail. But he's bumping me, and this could give me a ridiculous speed boost. Like this. This is casually going 300 kilometers per hour. You know, just casually. Yeah, 320. This is pretty fast. And I need to take care that I'm not derailing in certain parts, because that could be end pretty bad. So this is the fastest stage in this whole game. And if you remember how long Akina actually is, you will see how fast it is. Look, I'm already here after like a minute. I need to brake here and also here, otherwise I would derail. Wait for him that he's bumping me again. And then brake here again, so I'm not derailing. Go here. And the special reason why we're using Nakazato's train is because it's the only train that has 5 gears. And here, if he's going in the normal time, when we race Nakazato, he's giving him a speed. You theoretically go full speed all over his engine, but he blows up his engine. By not accelerating, we activate an extreme speed boost, which we will notice right here, and with that we win, because Bunter also can have an extreme speed boost, which will be he activating it in just a little bit and trying to catch up. But oh, he's actually pretty close, but he's not fast enough to actually catch up, so we're just going so ridiculously fast that he will never catch up. Okay, now it's a ridiculous hard part coming up here, because I'm going so fast, I'll need to switch lanes all over again, frame perfectly, otherwise I would derail here, and this is a perfect run of Bunta. And coming up next is Ryosuke, the final boss in this game. Timing ends actually if we hit the stage at the end. The station at the end. I will inform you.
Okay.
And for some reason, this song is bugged. If you notice this maybe right now. I don't know why the song is so weird. Normally it would just smoothly go in, but I don't know. It's bugged since today. I don't know why. But yeah, this stage was the longest when rather Lord Mouse and Konasumi tried to casually play through this game, because you have to do a certain action at a certain station to win the game, to win this stage. Otherwise Ryosuke would always be overtaking you and win. And it took them like 2 or 3 hours to figure out how to actually beat this stage. They even asked Yinushi, the creator of the game, how to beat the stage, because no one could actually tell them. I think Lord Mouse or Konasumi, one of these two, got it by accident, and then they couldn't reproduce it. And it took them so long to actually get it, but I will explain it to you. It's easy for you now, since we know what to do. Okay, here's the first station again, where I need to take care that I'm not derailing, otherwise this could be pretty bad. There's nothing bad about derailing though. There are multiple states. There's like only 2 states. Wait. If I'm not multi-tracking here, I'm skipping a cutscene that lasts for 10 seconds where he's like, wow, he can actually do these insane drifts and stuff. So what I was about to say is, if your card is red and derailing, it's okay. You can continue, but you can also derail your first card so badly that your self-propel impossibility means you can't drive anymore and the opponent automatically wins. The funny thing about this game is also, if your opponent derails that badly, he also wins. So what you did here right now, what you see here right now, when I entered the station, I had to do and use the emergency brake for once, because Ryosuke is always like analyzing you behind you, and Takumi is making a mistake which Ryosuke wasn't calculating at all with, and this irritates him, so he overtakes him, and now we can like hit the first trigger of the two, and the last trigger is an outside drift I have to do at the end to actually win, and then he surrenders. It's like in the real anime though. And in this stage we also need to brake. There's no way other than just braking there. You can go full wrist and go full speed through this station, and you maybe not derail, but it's way too risky if you're on a good pace, and we just take it safe and just brake there for like a second. What we normally not do is bump into him, but I figure out that you can do that and it has no side effect than just bumping into him. So we do that just for fun. And then I'll take these turns slow, because there's a potential chance to derail. In the any percent category, we wouldn't hit the emergency brake trigger. We would just go in front of him, let us bump from him, and go insanely fast, because he couldn't catch up at some point, and we would win. But for the 100% category, we need to unlock his train, and to unlock his train, we need to hit these two triggers. So we just have to play through the stage casually. There's no real speed strat. Which I did also not mention is, in lightning stage, multi-track drifting gives you like 10 kilometers per hour speed boost, and in the other games it does not do anything anymore, sadly. There's no speed boost anymore. I would say the game, to pick it up as a speed game, it's pretty easy, but if you go for very good times, then it's very hard to master. And also Ryosuke in the any percent category is pure RNG, because he can bump you that you go a different kind of speeds, and because the stage is that long, it can vary by 10 seconds. And Takumi's like, yes, I'm going to try this out, I'm going to go for the outside drift, and that's what we're going to do now. And he's like, oh, he's so crazy, what is he doing? And then I'm doing the outside drift. Oh, he's drifting from the outside! How can he do that? And then Ryosuke is basically like, how on earth is he doing that? Holy crap. And then I just multi-track drift in front of him to show him some disrespect. And time is coming up very soon. And time. And this is Densha DD Lightning Stage. I hope you enjoyed it, you like multi-track drifting. And I hope you pick up the game, because it's a very fun game and a very memey game.
Thank you, Jugachi. That was a really high octane run. Really loved that.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me. And guys, keep donating for the charity, man.
Yeah,
there's
we've been
so
a bit
many
donations, guys.
Yeah, there's so many bid wars, so many incentives to go. Check the donation page out, donate it. There's so many fun stuff going on. Do it.
And it's all going towards ESA Summer 2019's charity of choice. So yeah, we're going next.